So I want to take this opportunity for that we all individually just recognize the presence of the Almighty. Individually. Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. As usual, this is our everyday press conference where we bring governance close to the people. The mandate of the ministry now for that we ensure that people understand what in government they do. Now, every level, every sector, every institution, every ministry, department, and agency, all the work which happen in I constitute within our governance. So intermittently, we bring duty bearers for let them talk to the media, let the people they understand what they happen. Because now the conduct this, now the platform this, all the things say, now through them, the people will get what in government they do. So we don't need this partnership for long. Through them, we voice the reach inside the ministry not able to go. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today another session where we get the Hajj committee. We get important personalities from the Hajj committee where we can talk to me. Very close to me, I get my own big brother, a quarter of the University of the East. Yes, they will produce good students, they distribute them across the country. They created no school for produce leaders. For how many years they will produce one leader? We're sorry for them, we'll assign somebody, we'll the campaign, and we'll produce a leader from school. We'll continue to do that as the University of the East. So, on the immediate right, I have a caught up when the Deputy Minister of Social Affairs caught up Hajj. Caught up, you are most welcome. Come, journalists, why we not doing it? Turn this name, the Omar said, oh yeah, they know when I tell me so that I'm possible for it. Come this back. Again, at the Hajj committee, we had the chairman of the presidential Hajj task force when Al-Haji Mutala and another member. We will not go and set a panel with a woman body. So, for every through this discussion, we also get Haja Aminata Jalo. I mean, of course, me like the Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, or carry up the Aziz Abubakar al-Siddiq and a host to this session. Quick, I will go to the news brief. For now, we know what happened across. On the 23rd November, His Excellency the President, the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, the President of Sierra Leone and Chairman of ECOWAS Authority, then the receiver, the 7th European Union, Africa Union Summit, jubilant crowd, meaningful Sierra Leoneans, one will elect the country, when they see the President, big crowd go welcome him at the airport. And the summit, because they don't continue for a brand the image of the country. On the 30th also, the President commissioned Geneva Wando Bridge. We always know we don't continue for remove ferry. Ferry when they drop the President in engagement with the World Bank President, let it ensure that all the cross points there across the country, about 13 places, now put the ferry now and get bridge them. This Sunday, they began for commission. One bridge where they link the north to the southeastern part of the country, when I gave them a bridge. The one where we don't see that bridge in that situation, we know see for that community, we know see a huge investment and the president may describe that event, that bridge, as a life-changing investment because it will enhance the flow of goods and services between and within that community. Also, the president will grace the occasion of Orange for opening a data center. The president will continue for boost or create the atmosphere for let the private sector boom. Because government not will able to create all the employment. But if the private sector the boom, then the opportunity will be for job creation and the livelihood of the citizens will be improved. So they will train the Orange for open the data center also in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. One of the minister, when Dr. Aissata Mahomet, the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, they will inspect them for that he lead the caucus, for that he provide leadership for a new caucus where they create what they call Gender and Women Ministry for the advancement and empowerment of women in Africa. This new minister, they get the opportunity for a lead in colleaguism, meaning within and outside the country, so that they also continue for showcase the kind of leadership where His Excellency Mango or the show. Finally, I'm not going to delve into what happened about this particular event because I get 3 questions from the budget where the Ministry of Finance, the Minister, Honorable Sheikh Fatamari Bagura read. So if I read all, I will not read some of the answers to today. I'm sorry, Lord, if somebody able to tell me 3 thematic areas in the budget, 3 and explain. You get hands of reward when you don't know what we expect. It is available, so I'll probably done. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, another opportunity for them, we explain governance to the people of Sierra Leone. There's a Hajj committee. Before now, we they call people Hajj Abuja. People that go Hajj, they're not rich. People that go, they're not calm. So if we don't reach the time, we don't try for a brand what we call the Hajj committee. This Hajj committee don't they operate. His Excellency, they create their unity, but to prominent people in there, so that they deliver service. When me and you will be proud of, when me and you will enjoy the services. So today, we will host the Hajj committee. We will give opportunity to the minister for let me just tell me, brief, what is like the mandate of the Hajj committee. You have already tell me waiting specifically the Hajj committee they do. Then we'll go to the chairman of that committee for that he give me a situation report. Because you need to be the head, get a mandate. How might they deliver on that mandate? What are the changes? What don't happen? What you proud of? But so yes, this have been achievements. And also they will aim for tell me, wait till we expect this year from the Hajj committee before we come to Hajj Jalwa for a filmic perspective of the work of the Hajj committee. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I get the pleasure for now turn the mic to the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare for explaining to people What's in the mandate?
Jama, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
First of all, I want for perhaps apologize the first time on at the start late after 2 o'clock. But again, not a coincidence at the work of Allah. Because by 2 o'clock, between 1:30 to 2, at the time of the Yezu prayer, and all man, women, Muslim, know that particular time, the Alekna food, you want to go eat, you go pray for Seka. Alhamdulillah, we make sure say we day immediately after that. So I want to tell you, thank you for your patience. Before I start also, just want to tell you, say two very important members then at the Hajj, Presidential Hajj Task Force. The Vice Chair, Dr. Ibrahim Jallo, former ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Leone. Put your hands up so that I will see you. And we also get Al-Haji Dr. Jerno Par, when I'm the head of rituals in Saudi Arabia. Because as we all say, this government, like listening government, like concerted government, and government is really make sure say it take the community forward with them. So the Presidential Hajj Task Force, not to any exception. So we get everybody now today. But then waiting at the Presidential Hajj Task Force, now the body that one the government set up with eminent clerics, ministries, departments and agencies, and put them together for make sure say they carry the work of Islam and the Muslim community, particularly when it comes follow and enhance the 5th pillar of Islam when in a Hajj. So the Presidential Hajj Task Force, as a Ministry of Social Welfare, now we get a religious mandate, religious affairs mandate. Now we work with all various religions then for make sure say we promote religious cohesion in this country, religious tolerance in this country. So you find out say as that ministry day, we alone not do the work. But when it comes to Hajj, it rests within the presidency of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, and in the lead, they dedicate that particular side of the work to the Honorable Vice President, Dr. Mohammed Julde Jaro. So strategically, the head of Hajj or religious activities affairs in this country, through His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Julde Jaro, in the strategic lead for the government inside the Presidential Hajj Task Force. So you get the Presidential Hajj Task Force, we get with chairman now, we don't hold this position from the tail, whether the Hajj Committee, till we move on to the Presidential Hajj Task Force, we don't hold them since 2018, and we don't do a marvelous job. The role now for prepare people them, organize them, and administer everything for make sure see we get a safe departure, safe return, and of course safe provisions and implementation for the 5th pillar of Islam. So we take people in here, servefully, quietly, calmly, professionally. We make sure see we do everything right. We carry them on a Hajj. We ensure see they perform their rituals there the best way, and bring them come back inside salon safely. We hand them over back to the presidency. We don't carry people at home, and they will not bring camp. So simple. That's not the mandate of the Presidential Task Force. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for what you talk to the point. First, we start with what? The date, because they will fulfill the purpose of life. Why God created we is a man connected to jinn, one is Iraq. Here, but he said, you don't create man and jinn for nothing except for worshiper. So that worship, it's small. And we all, say, now we duty for worship Almighty Allah. Then they clear, what's the mandate? First, the leadership. The president entrusts in vice. Because they don't want lost sight at all. They say let the vice president superintend a very key unit. Now he put in task force. They say presidential Hajj task force. They say, but the vice president, you sit down. Not a minister, I put on. Because you know what waiting it don't happen, let it happen. And they say the mission very clear for ensure say they take with people, they prepare people they from here. Then they go take, they perform the last pillar of Islam. And ensure say they return them and hand them back to the president. Now we can see where they kick out all the gold and state house with the president. For say, you people that will came home, we don't come with them all over. That preparation, organize them, take them from here to, if you feel a simple thing, but it's not simple. That is why they get this dedicated committee, the task force, and we all who attest that for quite too long, then think that will be the apple, that the left of man behind, that the host of man will not able to massacre as a nation. Because anything happen as shame to the country, not an administration. So thank you very much for the beer waiting the mandate of this Hajj presidential Hajj task force. At this point, the chairman, I want let you just tell the people inside this world and beyond waiting the situation they don't look like, what don't they do, and waiting we will expect in this 2026. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسوله محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بلسان إلى يوم الدين. I want to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh to everybody there. Honorable ministers, my two colleagues from the Hajj task force, very distinguished members of the Fourth Estate, I want to say we're really very happy for the opportunity we government don't create today. For they will tell we citizens how they go for the Hajj. And I think before we do that, I want to start for saying, for let the Hajj happen, Boku moving parts that day. So the president in his wisdom, when they put the team together, he recognized that fact. So we get the Ministry of Social Welfare, which is of course our line ministry, not only take guidance from policy guidance. We get the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, because Hajj means between two countries, Sierra Leone and Saudi Arabia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So they issues that we can come with countries that react with each other, they're represented on the Hajj task force. We also get the Minister of Finance, because it goes without saying, money business and Hajj business. So we need that guidance also. Then a traveling issue. So we get the Chief Immigration Officer represented. Now traveling issue also, so we get the Civil Aviation Authority represented. But although they're not a part of the task force, I want to recognize we bankers, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, we give to tell them, Boku Tenki. Boku Tenki can in the bind, and they give sense out for come inside the bind. So although they're not on the task force, now we're good partners there. Let me recall briefly the history of Hajj. Like the chairman started to say, everybody know now, say the Hajj before 2018 have a big problem. In fact, instead of the pilgrims that spend time reflecting on the spiritual nature of Hajj, then they spend time for worry for how they go, we say where they go, we say we go there, which we go eat. They spend time that they distract their attention from the actual purpose of Hajj, which is to glorify the Almighty Allah. And that glorification day, not only begin and move. It all started over 1,400 plus years ago. So down the India. So if you go begin further all that thing, we know the Quran or Hadith, that's not the right way. So when we come, 2018 government said, no, this will not continue this kind of thing. There must be a better way. So the government put together the team. Me just retired, over 30 years in the UN. Government identifies they need a leadership like mine. So we work together with the team to make Hajj change in course. And I have to say that, alhamdulillah, when I get the judgment, when I will see how the process done since 2018. Over the years, what we try to do, we identify what make them problems here in the Hajj. We spend a lot of time, and now I can assure you, say, we don't document what they go wrong. We don't need to go over that today. But now, if we going forward, first you want to come, you are boiling business again. We now know exactly what we need to do to let the Hajj succeed. I want to mention that. And for that, the support we get from government, we gladly let God put more blessing and guidance over them. Now, the Hajj also, whilst they try to deal with internal problems, the Hajj don't become technologically very complex. First them, you just do what you want to do. Now, every day, you must get something where you will do, and you will prove to them, so you don't do for progress towards. So it don't become complex. So first them, if you've been doing what you do in the past, it don't work. Because, for example, the whole thing is now electronic. From I can tell when I say by January 4, if we don't finish all the arrangements we had for this, for any country for that matter, it don't be. So we don't try, we work towards that. And I'm glad for telling us, alhamdulillah, we did today, we did in time. Although we still get things that we need for quickly, but if God agree, we will progress according to what the Saudi authorities tell me. So we'll continue to pray for me so that we citizens them will be able to prepare them very well as the next minister safe. Can them go safely? Let them pay attention not to the thing they don't. That they will not settle that. The food when they eat, no problem, not for the partner. The other thing is, in the past, Hajj they start only after Ramadan, and that we find out. Well, nobody knows anything after Ramadan. Yeah? But this year, Honorable Minister, I want to tell you, say, we don't start so early that, in fact, we don't close now. The registration don't close. We just give people some time now for them, let them go pay. Not to the first time. They ask me, maybe sometimes the day before when they go, people are still in there. So, but alhamdulillah, we don't try for start very early this year. We look forward to the improvement. The other thing also is that sometimes people they feel say, we they create the problem. No, not we they create the problem, and the people they create the problem. Because we cannot agree some timelines there, but they see call me every day. They say, we stand for forgive. We don't go on the radio, we don't press release. So we are going to help you for part the message. We they move according to the timeline we the Saudi authorities give. One other thing where I want to mention, that is the health of the pilgrims. And part of the responsibility. We don't allow any pilgrim left here with some health problem where you go and become a problem to himself and to God. So we did try to deal with that. But this year, the Saudi authorities have said, any pilgrim before he come here, there must be a certificate per pilgrim. For say this pilgrim here is fit and well for making perform the Hajj. Not only we control that again, we can screen them, but for letting let them get a visa, the Ministry of Health for certify say this individual by his name with his passport number, this and in health condition with him and fit and able to perform the Hajj. So this is very important. In fact, on Thursday, the Saudi authorities they don't convene another meeting for let them know who Saudi. It is very important. So we are going to help to pass this message. That person not get sick really in the serious was powered by one body Hajj. So if you do that, they're not going to allow for them to get out. So we are going to help me to pass this message. Now, the way I would say, I'm glad for seeing inside, I like it, I look you. It's a very good example of the challenges that we live at the hand. And once you did that, so you said, help pass this message because you don't see from one step to the other how we can struggle with that. But that did not change this time. Yeah, thank you. So we did move forward with that, and I hope say we go. The other thing is we make sure say the people they don't struggle. First sense of then you get building the accommodation there about 3, 4, 5 miles. Now we know they allow that because people then, Boko of them are old people there. So we saw they go contracts, we make sure that they will work alone and they 2 months and come back easily. This I can assure you. We just come out by the conference, and during that time we go check the building and we say nobody know the tell me, they go look room by room by room for see say fit for accommodating people. And I wonder when I assure them say that arrangement has already been made based on the 7,000 or equivalent where they will pay. Our main challenge now what I see, Honorable Minister, is pilgrims and complying with waiting, not only with the tell them there, but also within the tell them. Because law and order are part of Hajj. If you see law and order not there, it's a great problem. Not only for you when they break the law, but for the other people. So again, one appeal. When the spiritual heads then tell you, say, do you will go this way? Not say, hey, my brother or my friend be saying, so for go. Let them follow. So we help for pass this message. Let pilgrims then follow the instruction of the authorities, both the local authorities and the Saudi authorities. Because if you break the rule, they're not agree for that. We say they're not agree for that. So inshallah, we'll continue to make that kind of arrangement. Now, I want to tell you, say, the effort for the make now, not to say the people they don't, the Saudi authorities are not aware. Believe me, this conference will go. Sierra Leone, now the only country that I just see when the Saudi minister himself say, "He glad with how we don't bring the Hajj." They glad for we, the whole world. We in shock because not only ask for that, but they don't see how we come out and how much effort the task force they do, and they be very pleased. So we are they want to help with, they will not go be again because if that happens, a very bad disappointment to the Saudi authorities. The other thing we are aware of, I mentioned, we have foresee say 2 years ago, the big problem at the Hajj. Some of the Israeli citizens then passed away. So when we come back, the usual welcome way the president did do, we mentioned this. We said, explain the problems. They said, no, if Sierra Leoneans anywhere in the world that they get difficulty for a UNAP, that presidential act, we have to make sure we can solve that problem. So now, we're not the only responsible for pilgrims from Sierra Leone, but from all over the world, America, Australia. So last year we take over 2,000 compared to what we can take 800, 900. So we also the work for bringing citizens them to Hajj from wherever they don't need for Kaya. That's a very big credit to the government for supporting the citizens of the country. So with that, really, I just want to assure the general public, say we try to work very hard. There are still difficulties. We have to move money from here to Saudi through the electronic system. Not always the pilgrims and they pay in time. So but we manage them very well. And inshallah, the way forward is to have a system which is sustainable. Finally, I want to let you know, say, we don't reduce, not eliminate dependence on government direct financial support. First, the government can go a long way for putting a lot of money, but of course there are other priorities. So one of the things that will finally improve is how can we make the Hajj sustainable so that it not draw from meager resources of government. These are things we don't need control of by careful budgeting and careful expenditure. So with that, I want to thank you again for the opportunity, and we hope this year will be another successful Hajj season. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for this succinct update to the people. First, a note one thing, that whatever thing we do today, not of today, is that when you talk about Hajj, what today is that in the Holy Quran, it says, Inna hazana fi sufi lula, sufi Ibrahim wa Musa. It says, every time they talk about so he said, not today. These are gospels where Abraham and Moses began telling about Hajj, about what he for do. He said, Inna hazana fi sufi lula, sufi Ibrahim wa Musa. So it is not new. All these things that we encounter is not new. It is not peculiar to you. But how do we move forward? They don't tell me when they come, the first thing they do now for diagnose the situation. Waiting at the peculiar problems. Waiting at the setback in everything. And that is what you do. Like we came as the ministry, we do management and functional review. Look at your mandate and how you think, say, if they will effectively administer this mandate, it starts with analyzing the problem. What if they don't make this thing, they go up and down, this and that. They know the problem, they say, okay, we don't document the problem. So if these are the problems, waiting at the solution. And the solution what they want sustainability. Sustainability. So, anything we not sustainable, they want eliminate as more. And they don't try to include a lot of things. Health check. Yes, they find for go Hajj. But if they go Hajj, also for go sleep. Now a ritual. We're very tedious. So some young man when they say you never go Hajj, they say I wait my own first. If they wait, when you go Hajj, they will do nothing. No. Go to God, be proud of you, be proud of yourself. Get the health, so the normal person will die, and the president also thinks we will be inclusive. When we say Sierra Leone, we will look at the one way resident in the country and the one way the outside the country, we constitute what we call Sierra Leone. Now we get one national anthem or one president. So this collective participation. So now you see, it's even the number, why they see the number, they grow. Now because they take account of Sierra Leoneans with the outside. And also, they don't try very much for ensure say they don't place business. If they within reach, so that you will come outside the lodge, you go quick and calm. You know, when you far, you come on, that's stress all. So in country and outside country, this committee, this task force, where the president put together, so they try for reduce the burden on the pilgrims that they go. And by all what they want to coordinate to, which is very key. Now, third party opinion. When you do something, somebody will not there with you. They tap you back, you say they do very well. Unexpectedly, when again, they say the Saudi government represented by the minister says, Sierra Leone, we are coming to standard, and they do very well. Because before the delay in preparation, now they say prior arrangements, and they wait now last minute for everybody can choke. And they do prior arrangements, which is helping. And I think say we all proud of what they happen now with it. I at a point where they say Hajj committee, somebody said, you know, go Hajj committee. I said, why? I said, now the last, I'm not proud of what they are doing. Because one of the most tedious things for do, it brings you face to face with God. Anytime you realize I'm like with God, I said, so me, I'm not resigning with it. You know? Because it is not easy to organize people from here, say they go perform that pilgrimage and bring them come back. You are preparing within country and outside country. Say they go and come. It is a tedious job. And a lot of things they don't put our back to we. Let us help disseminate a lot of these things to our people. Late arrangement not again. Online program in 9 days. When you late, if server don't close, they don't close. They come back and an Hajj committee. Now they make no, it is not them. Regulations they from the Saudi government. If they say now do this, we talk this deadline. If you not do one, no way, not the way they will able. So let us communicate this to our people. If you plan for go, you can forget to prior arrangements, meet them in time, let the organization go through. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for this briefing. We'll talk to the third panelist, Hajj, for them just give me, as a woman in this committee, within your opinion, what you're proud of, as a Sierra woman in this committee, helping them to organize.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister, the Chairman of the Presidential Hajj Task Force, and I also recognize the presence of Ambassador Dr. Ibrahim Jallo and Dr. Ibrahim Chevanova, the head of rituals for the Presidential Hajj Task Force, members of the Fourth Estate. And Hajj, we did talk about the Hajj not the way difficult. We, the people, and we make it difficult. Hajj, we don't go inside it, you for always put yourself in the state of worship, you don't make that intention. Just stay in the state of worship. Not to everybody fortunate for go Hajj. Would they get people who get money, plenty money, then they carry other people and go. But they don't get the opportunity, they're not fortunate for go. Then safe, then they die. But we God don't mark say we do go the Hajj. May Allah make it all the Muslims with their Allah destiny for go Hajj. Then we go Hajj, we humble, we save, especially with the mammy. If you go make palaver, anxious, put your pressure up unnecessarily. You don't need for pressure yourself, overwhelm yourself with that anxiety. You will begin this right now, they don't begin call. Eh, who still they call me? Who still they go for medical? Who still they go for now? Would they start this process, the orientation? What you wait to get for do? Would they tell us who now wait? Luckily this year, alhamdulillah, the secretariat gets a WhatsApp forum with all the pilgrims that we don't pay. Then they did at the forum, and the next of kin, of course, not to everybody get WhatsApp phone. We they go Hajj. What's the next of kin that most people they get? If you don't get WhatsApp phone, where the process reach, the secretariat they call you. So one thing about the Hajj, the most important thing, are patience. When you get patience, you know not listen to nobody. Listen to the Hajj officials them. Anything where we want make una know, we dey tell una. We see we go yonder again, and they rush and they are bad, and they all man just overwhelmed. We see the way not necessary. Look now, when I hear the chairman, they talk about these health issues, the way the Saudi officials, they don't bring cow up. If you don't go here by yourself, you don't go get stairs, your pressure don't go up. You go up to the level where you say, you know where you go the Hajj. We have not to be fault, you go be on your own. Deal with the people, everybody just calm down, relax, and enjoy them. Hajj is very enjoyable. They have physical, they advise make it be the young people, make them put in for the go Hajj more. If you want to pay for a person, your parents, pay for them early, no wait where you don't late, you don't tire. Something and some people and some struggles the way they go through. It's not good for you to pay for yourself. Una try hard, una pay for una people, una not wait to buy to car we bill us. No, it's not necessary. Complete your pillar. Allah know that capable. Now the pillar this way be saying now, who that capable, who that Allah call. Now big blessing. So we enjoy them, Hajj, not so that kind of thing. When you go to the physical exercise them, now in plenty. For old person, you know, when for the go up and down with the young one, they enjoy, they jump. When you go to almost Umrah for people that will not die safe. But when you go Hajj, you old, you know they able for do all things when you supposed to do. Even for go stone, like the day we come out to go Mina, we come out Mina, we go Muzdalifah, we go Arafah. After Arafah, we go sleep Muzdalifah. For Muzdalifah, I get for go stone na Jamarat. That 5 days day, the exercise, all person, you know, go able all. Most now we go and get a stone for the mammy. Then old people, we go stone for them. We say it's exhaustive for we. Oh dear, with the baby now, the young people, them only we try hard, then we go Hajj early. Assalamu alaikum.
Alek Aja in Apila. So we, the Yoruba, we come up. We get the energy.
Yes.
No, wait.
Yes.
So my way is say, let the Yoruba come, they go to it. Is that the way to our own? Yes. Almighty Allah say, "Ma yadi Allahu fa muzillah, wa ma yuzlil fa Allah." If you don't give direction to somebody, when I all put on the street, then they call with an invite. The prophet be there with people in Saudi Arabia. They don't believe Islam. Within a boom, at least we say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. People that play with the prophet, they don't talk. We don't talk. That means we are also with the go ahead. Because we don't say a story we believe. If not be here, it can. We will believe past some man. But if we don't believe, that effort will be put in the make. That will make her. So we don't need from Hajj. It's tedious, the preparation, they expect a lot of things from me. The organizers, they do their own. For make it simple, they don't even create a WhatsApp group for effective communication so that we follow through on what is happening. And let we not put with pressure up with anything. Follow the process steadily. Let you not go for examination. Then, because you don't give yourself unnecessary tension, they say you pressure, you're not going to travel. So all the arrangements were done in place, if they go off. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is now a barrier. Chairman, I just want to ask you briefly, as at this time, with there any number now what was saying from selling a contingent, this is not the estimated people that will perhaps qualify, or the process is still ongoing?
Thank you very much, my colleague and my super kusa brother, Emishet. Only way you go back in school.
So tell yourself one.
No, yes, definitely. We just do it to let decide whether or not this year or the next year. But certainly this year, we hope for take about 3,500 people. Inside Sierra Leone, by our estimation, for take 800 people in from here. Then across the world, we'll take another 2,200 for now make the number. The registration we don't close now. The one day we don't register, they don't begin the payment, and we don't actually see over 50% of them people they don't pay. But the last day of payment actually they don't expire just 2 days ago. But I hope, and with the goodwill of the chair and the team, they don't handsomely extend that date to the next few days. Or we'll have to go back and sit on the drawing board. But we're very positive that the 800 people from Sierra Leone will go this year, plus the other people, the other Sierra Leoneans from across the world, Australia, Canada, US, Europe, Guinea, the Gambia, Senegal. Nobody ever knows Sierra Leoneans, there will be quite a lot of us. Even people that come out this year now, Scandinavia, Denmark, and Sweden to be precise, for joining Sierra Leone group for Go Hajj 2026. Thank you.
So for we carry out a they take home the estimation for Sierra Leone contingent, they are around 3,500. Of that 3,500, 800 basically, now the one that will reside inside Sierra Leone. And registration, let me not close up. So if somebody will take money and you have to register you now you don't lose your registration, don't close. Now processes they continue now. So if somebody will register you this term, I'm not going to say a fraud, we're not far from fraud. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is now a time for ask question to this committee. To the point, we take the mic, announce your name, the group where they represent, and you ask one question. And when I already kaya, we will only follow with the kaya, we will not form ourselves into a group. The executive they meet after this meeting. When the executive meeting. Yeah? So we start proper. Okay, it's a general meeting for every membership, not to just executive.
And the American newspaper. 3,500. Tell us what about the gender disparity. How many women, how many men? Whether there is any limit to age. Then last but not least, whether almost against the way the government allocates to the locals them, and whether at a regional basis based on the quota system. Thank you.
Ibrahim Sarasisi, Voice of Salvador, to the Hajj Committee. There is an allegation made in the move based on the 2020 and Hajj issues. They say una be charge $6,000 to $8,500 when the authorities then at Saudi Arabia they take $3,500 and $3,500. How this come about where una they charge more than the people in Saudi? Another question also. Sorry, sir, the last but not the least, sir. There is an issue between also when we pilgrim they go the Hajj, we take their passports now there, and we that the Saudi authorities also be raised concern according to allegations, waiting may come about that one the way when they take their passports now there.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Assalamu alaikum. My name is Alaji Abu H.B. Mr. Chairman, you have permitted me because as if we put us in Loyanda, and we will go Hajj together, then I want to make a comment. Please, before I ask me a question. I was formerly member of the Hajj committee in the last region. That is history, because I wrote a report which I was expecting the last regime to rectify and do everything, but they didn't come back today. I want to tell the presidential Hajj committee, task force, thank you for the work where they don't do from 2018 to now, because they not address a lot of issues. Minutes go last year in a point of where he formulates for the chairman graciously assist me in the weekly for Hajj. I want to see the Allah bless us. May Allah guide you because you make her proud, make her feel good. So I want to tell you, thank you. By extension, I thank His Excellency the President and the Vice President. Now I want to come to my question. What have you people put in place to help people with disability when they are going to Hajj? And how they can be managed to go through the process, especially going to Arafat? That is a very significant place. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. There's somebody here.
Justice here to Jam Sega Fox. So, to the Deputy Minister, Hajj Committee. So, the question now is, we also said the Deputy Minister of Information on, in the presentation for saying, first step, issues them with the camel, so they make a big reference whether they want now was the Anaja Abuja issue, what now they differ for what in the happy. And we still say itself to make, important, excellent points then for say all that don't change. So it seems like, there are no challenges for voting in the present. So for me, question now, what I want to know is now that we should extend or expand on our, coordination to other countries and forget other members and for joining the Hajj. I want to know how we go about for coordinate for make sure say when I get a successful in the process. Then so far, what's on my shortcomings there? Where we will let the public follow, in order for long address now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to personally tell these panelists we interaction with the media and so they are the people's representative. The key questions we perhaps somebody did na game madava you want to ask na they ask na and with obligation and for let people understand those nitty-gritties we get in governance. The better let them ask with clear that somebody they suppose. So sometimes so key issues of concern. One, gender disaggregation. In that amount of the show, is it gender sensitive? When I allocate any quota, say this 800, this amount from a woman, this amount from a man, or is it gender or something? There's also an allegation that there's disparity in payment. That what is Saudi they ask, not to aim the government, woman, the committee of government of Sierra Leone. I would have love to answer, but I'm not answer, not to know. So all the question put, this man, the weight where Chairman died, he can praise her. They praise you. God will elect her. God elect praise. Let possibly praise her. What possibly do praise her? Yeah? If we say problem it happen, then somebody didn't try to forget rid of that problem. Tell her thank you when you did. That's what you like. So I tell you plenty thank you for tell the committee and the leadership thank you and by extension the president. So at this moment we just want a response from one quick.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. It shows engagement, and that's the responsibility we for proud once we engage. The issue of gender, we don't get really control over whether they come register and whether they pay. But we don't get experience over the years. We get statistics with the show that generally we get more women for pay, for register and for pay. Yeah? But we don't do anything with the influence that process consciously. Even though we go on to women, because generally when women get involved in anything, there is a multiplier effect. So that is why we appreciate more women coming. But as a task force, we don't do anything very because we just prepare the pilgrims so they can register with people, take them. So, but I don't know, maybe the Deputy Minister, will add a little bit on that. I think one of the comments also was to do with scholarship, if I get that right, because they how much government tickets, Well, I don't know, let us say briefly the background to so-called scholarship in the past. Now, friendly governments, Muslim governments, will be help with, and they continue to help in small ways, but not as in the past. So it is difficult now. For instance, last year, if you compare the previous years, when they got up to 300 scholarships, last year was just about 50 or so. So it's going down because the friendly countries are also having more and more challenges. But every year, His Excellency the President, they approach friendly countries for make, say, one claim citizens they go, then they support that. So it's difficult to say, but generally the trend is down. This year, if we don't move faster this year, the President will send to friendly countries. So we are hopeful. But when it down, then they distribute it equitably so that the citizens will benefit. Passport. I'm not saying we will hold the passport. This is not our requirement. Now, Saudi immigration control, when we reach, they get what I wanted, because we get one task force member with normally 90 deal with this. Maybe Dr. Ba, you can just explain the difficulties or the requirements we can try for meet on this issue of the passport. And then finally, before I give the Deputy Minister, I'm so happy again, when you talk, because you are a typical example of how disability is not inability. I always remember when we were Hajj, as you reached at the masjid, you read the saladis, you were, honestly, I'm not kidding. Yeah, I'm telling you, also, before they enter the masjid, you don't let it, so you could help people know how did you overcome those difficulties? Because that's the practical one. If I tell you anything now, just speculation. Yeah, he went there as a challenged individual, but he never missed any session. So please help to share that. And finally, this issue we raised also of the report where you write, a typical example of the problem that we inherit. Me not even aware of it. I don't know if anybody aware of the report. I would be interested because in that report could be things that will take us forward. But if you don't keep up, of course, it's likely for you get the report. But now that you don't mention that, we will try to see through the Ministry of Social Welfare if the report day, and we will take our contact.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm ready to. You have a permission.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wa salamu ala tamani al-akmalani ala khayri khalqillahi ajma'in. Nabina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa man wala wa ba'd. Okay, honorable ministers, the chair, and members of the whole state, I'm very glad for you tonight today, and I'm very happy for this meeting because this 90 people they will know what will happen. Well, I'm going to take a long. I just answer what they ask me for answer. But I'm very happy. I tell everybody plenty thank you, and the Ministry of Information and Internal Civil Education, I tell them thank you. Concerning passports, now a law from the Saudi government that whenever pilgrims then come in contingency, then they take all together, then they batch up. For like them, make sure say they protect them. I make each and every one ticket. If you go take them, like we, now that ticket they know what they go check, they know say passport day. For instance, like we get 3,500 people. Somebody come up from America. In one go quick, as Hajj done to the one go. For go see in passport and the country them, more than 2 million people then come. How for go get in passport? And not only passport, they know what they take, not to say that know. Now few no more like any diplomatic passport, they don't take it. They get special passport, they will in the left. But ordinary passports, then they take them as well. Sometimes even service. But that now for young welfare, for like your passport no loss. Because you lost, you lost over. So that now in the case, not to say that the Hajj tax force, not to say not to keep the passport them, to prevent the people them for order. In case somebody want the passport for other use, we can make application, process them, they will get to retrieve the passport, get the person. That's very simple again. So that's how the issue can happen.
I'm telling my plenty. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much. A couple of things we require your attention. The first one, in terms of the passports, we began an issue was in 2022, where people that come back, we began to take their passports inside the bus where they arrive. Once we don't clear them, the immigration don't clear them, then we can return their passport. Because at that time they will come.
Exactly.
Also, some issues that may be around, whether the people that we come, whether they Sierra Leoneans, the media, they touch them on this more. And as a responsible government, we be here fit at that time for now make sure say the people that don't care about the one that don't come. Then they will ensure say they are Sierra Leoneans. If not, yes, it's well and good. You don't come, we don't go hard into it, but our property the way you take for go. We're not a problem because it's a blessing to the country, but left out for we. So during that process, the couple of people that we get for receive their passport a little bit late. We'll be ensure say everybody getting passport. I don't know if not that particular issue, but since 2022, we don't get a problem with that. Now, the issue around pricing, say Saudi Arabia gets one price, then we will give another price. Directly, it is not true. Because when you go Hajj, waiting the authorities tell you, if you go on the portal, what they call Nusuk Masa, the portal, the Saudi government gets specific requirements and payments that we get for do before you get a visa. You did pay for the visa, you did pay for local transportation, you did pay for Mina and Arafat services, and a whole lot of service, but not include your feeding, it not include your accommodation, it not include the flight where they take from here. So when you don't put all everything together, one inside Sierra Leone, we are so special, and I'm really proud of we Sierra Leoneans because we want the best all the time. But if you want the best, you also get for make sure we pay for the best. And this government has been very, very much good to we that a number of years we don't subsidize the Hajj. A day on record from 2018 that the government increasingly be the subsidized Hajj, over $250 per one person will go Hajj, whether you get scholarship or you don't pay. Not every government inside West Africa, or in fact Africa, they do that one day. Because the government will want for them maintain a particular price, naturally, for the people there. If you compare to, for example, Senegal was paying over $10,000, $11,000, $12,000. We maintain her at 5,000, we go 6,000. Now we don't hold her at 7,000 for about 3 years, and even this year again at 7,000. Simply because the government continue for support until very, very recently, we can proudly say the Hajj we did on the process will make sure say independent, and we come do it, which we call a sensitive and constructive budgeting. We will not go handle government too much like what the chairman they say, because picking and they need malaria medicine. Okay? They need people they need for it. So why one group will just take A, B, C, D? We're conscious of that, so we don't make sure some budgeting, government subsidy towards Hajj is now minimized only for administrative purposes. So when you don't take the price, which is about around 3,600, then you take the accommodation and feeding, which is about 2,900 per person. And the flight, even the fact in a charter flight you get for Komoya, you add another $2,370 dollars on them, you do the mathematics. Then it will really tell you whether that price na Saudi, na the right price, or the one that's really on the high. So the last one, the last question I will touch on again are the challenges. Yes, sir. Just this. The challenges are plenty. The challenge, one of the biggest challenges we get at the time in terms of time, how we as Sierra Leoneans manage time, and with perception for Hajj. One will be the thing for Hajj after fast month. So for that, we'll move people there in a very sensitive manner, for let them move away, for begin think for Hajj before Ramadan. That be a very big challenge that one they follow. Secondly, with people there continue for go Hajj, very old. And what they go for them for managed person, we don't they are above the age of 65, 70, we're not physically strong. You know, again for take a lot of time, a lot of resources, the support staff they hold the care go. Then they work 24 hours with medical team, they work 24 hours. In fact, over that, some they don't even sleep. Follow just make sure we'll get the right people in, the right medication, the right care for people in. Then the other challenge back, now also in terms of technology. Technology, over that they don't advance. The platform where they talk about, believe me, for them to understand that platform now, they get for take a long time for all for train staff there. But every year they bring new team. This year we tell God thank you, we get smart team, we don't move forward. And we also get people there where they speak and write and understand Arabic. Because most of them are inside Arabic. The last challenge, we still get people where they feel say Hajj, they say for being part of Hajj. I can tell you say, yes, you want for being part of Hajj, but inside this country, now one Hajj agency, they done the presidential Hajj task force. If you come out and take posting money, what happened last year? You see, agent, Deputy Minister talking fraud, and we know they encourage that at all. In terms of the diaspora, we don't work very well. We continue for improve the services that we render to them. We do it last year. We keep our media blind simply because now we a pilot. But we're very proud for saying, Alhamdulillah, last year be successful, and this year now that people increase the number because more Sierra Leoneans than they out there we need support and help. For such challenges, not the down itself eating. Because they also need to understand, say, we know they do this just because we want to one. And the policy statement the president make, and we get to make sure, say, we live up to that. And make Sierra Leone proud. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think so we're not getting clarity in two things, basically. Why they would hold the passport? One, naturally, when they reach now, protocol demands that they will take every ordinary passport. The Saudi authority will take every ordinary passport. And sometimes they even extend that to service passports. Now only diplomatic passports they only take. Here, government in 2022, because of issues around some pilgrims we come, they hold for clarification and verification. After everything, they return their passport back. If anything be there where the media raise, most times now the media they raise concerns. And if the government is proactive, they listen, they go for take action and say, wait till the people they say, oh, look into it. So perhaps they cry when the media they cry, say, hey, there are a lot of people in this place who are not so secure. So they go and collect all the passports and verify the true nature of the people who are capable thereafter. So they don't get any ulterior motive, evil for just saying they take passport here for punish her. No. It is either to keep in Saudi Arabia as a protocol there, or Sierra Leone government, they want verify the status of pilgrims and wake up. Again, the payment. Mr. Salif Lami be asked, what is how you take? And what is the payments are not going to be the same. Because so what is how you be asking, and I know even for pulling I can go look yes, you know you could have. In Saudi, they pay that money, correct? But how do you get to Saudi? You have to go looking first. You have to take plane, you go and accommodation issues a day. But as a community representative, let's say they try for put with you, keep it be a minimum. But what I want to also note as citizens, as Muslims, Hajj not to deal with somebody for subsidized. Because let me go say, you will get. If I say we pay for you, a papa, a mama, or for say you want to come and pay for you, you have not to ask you one. Because all I tell you, now possible, you are the last pillar of Islam. The condition that you will get for go Hajj, halal money. What's the clean money with Hajj? So why don't make you give? I go Hajj. I go say not possible. Not to Hajj you go. You money for clean you halal. So if government don't try, they say okay now parking things like that. If for be really for poor people, or me want pay for my mama, the government say okay my help I will pay for your mama. Or me I want go. They expect the government to forgive me go. The condition inside the Holy Quran not demanding. That's what we should be paying for. I mean, you know, question God, now the God. If you call you, they give you money. Who will not call you it? Now you go there. You will call me when ready. By the grace of God, they call me. Where ready for keep the money they can. They don't need for men you keep this and that. Yeah? But these issues about Hajj, now religious program. Some people can just use religion for set government and people. So that is why we take big time, people can clear these issues. Government don't get any interest. Then when they go to what's in order for them to worship God, they reach this level. Then they can come over hard business. I swear my God in heaven, I help you one good on that's ticket to the buy. That's ticket to the buy for go ahead. Because this is the last pillar. Possible faith, it's a man. This is the last pillar, man. And when they say 5,000 euros, they say, okay, man, put $200. I said, you can't do that. You know, say they know about whatever extra, because of the extra challenges we get from it before. Challenge, not only in life, we don't get challenged. The previous boss will say, how they will recognize you. Now, in the face of all those challenges, you produce results. And that's why they continue for people. Any other question? One. So who might not ask question today? Well, I said 50-50. This 50-50 name. 50-50. Now ask question 50-50. Two. The man is going to answer the question. I just go on. Yeah, only when I hear the man.
Good afternoon. Mina Jaffa and Davis from Race Democrat. I want to ask, the definition of what you talk about, you say people they think about Hajj only after Ramadan.
You said one by June numbers.
That how much you can by how it will be now after Ramadan and Hajj for Karo. So if you talk about people they think of Hajj only after Ramadan and Lawale, then they think about Hajj before Ramadan. How would they talk different from Umrah?
Thank you. The next person.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Amos Marshall Taiwani, aka the microphone vandalist. Mr. Minister, whatever pardon me, I get challenged with my voice. I get some huge deficiency in my vocal dexterity. So, I just okay, so now let's speak to the point. Deputy Minister don't make mention of some few challenges. And one of them where he make mention of that people them way long age, they're not able to perform the physical part of the ritual. And except them therefore take some support staff them from the embassies or so for travel to go support them. And there's a rumor where I want to, in the context of crystal clarification, I want to elaborate, where they say the Saudi Hajj Authority, they don't set up a new principle or rule that now they don't need support staff, they need the actual people for perform the physicality of the ritual. With this, for now, don't bring huge sense of disenchantment, huge sense of disillusionment, huge sense of dissatisfaction. Wow. I want to clarify.
Any other question? Okay. Mark Davis. Thank you. From what you understand from waiting the deputy minister say, and waiting itself, the conviction I get is now the preparation here that we try to talk about. Perhaps if I want to go Hajj next year, I can start to prepare now. I don't have to wait after fast one night. I want to do everything. That preparation for meet up when you want to fast. You don't mean say after fast is not allowed or like the rituals that we talk about. But if one gets yourself really for Hajj, you start prior preparation. So that by the time that time they reach, me myself, I can only remember Hajj. I feel like after the fast one done, I will begin. I wait tell people Hajj business. I say Hajj business, you can't quick this year. I'm a victim of this way they talk. I feel so it can quick. I said, why most people they talk about Hajj now? In fact, to my surprise, even when they say registration got closed, I was like, why for closed? Not after fast month. The process was that. But if it starts after fast month with all these figures, I think it's like dandy either challenge what they try for people. That if you wait now, once you are waiting, people are already arranging. Then after fast month, you can now. They say, now that really makes some money miss time. And if you come to me as an agent, when I know money, I want to know more. And they tell me say the process, you don't make go. And they hold the money. If I want 5 pound money, 8 pound money, when IRS asks me, I pay 5. 2 left, I still survive. I never take place. For guide you, start up early. No wait until somebody get the money paying. But it just feels say that after fast one, this process will start. That is why they are saying that this process is starts before even you begin member say fast one. Not even fast member fast Hajj. You can start the process early. I think so that so me understand that. And I'm also guilty. You know, if voice when you say you get deficiency. I wish I get that kind of voice.
Thank you very much. Other side of that question, the difference between Hajj and Umrah. Fortunately for we get 2 clerics, very distinguished clerics staying here today. We also get Ambassador Dr. Ibrahim Jalal, where in the academic side English they call her the reader. I don't know how they call her, it's Arabic, but in a master at that area. I think Silo will benefit from insight for your clarification, then I will take the other question after that.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Praise the Almighty Allah, and thank you that making peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thank the Ministry of Information for this opportunity, where you clarify so many issues with regards to the Hajj. When you say Umrah or Hajj, are 2 different things. Hajj na compulsory once in lifetime during a specified time. You need to do Hajj with the time to perform the Hajj not reach that after Ramadan by 2 months. The month when they go to Hajj. Now they will take the intention say we go perform Hajj. You don't go do Hajj before Ramadan at all. You don't go do Hajj unless the specified time for perform Hajj is compulsory. It compulsory once in the lifetime for that able back. Umrah na to visit the Holy Mosque, Masjid al-Haram in Mecca. You open throughout the year. You can do it before Ramadan, you can do it after Ramadan. It's optional. It's not compulsory at all. Now you make when they mention to say why now Usna Umrah is placed, if you say we prepare for Hajj before Ramadan. The preparation for Hajj before Ramadan now for do the necessary arrangements them we will enable you to perform the Hajj when the time reach. But when it comes to Umrah, you go control the year. In fact, immediately after the Hajj, you can go perform Umrah. You can do it several times during the year because no longer specified time for saying at this time you perform the Umrah. But the Hajj, no. You get? If you miss Arafah, you don't miss Hajj. And Arafah is a specific day. When on the 9th of the 12th month of the Arabic calendar. You miss that day, you don't perform Hajj. And the Hajj begins from the 8th of the 12th month of the Arabic calendar. It's now on the 12th or the 13th of that Arabic calendar. If you miss 10 days, then day, you go and to Hajj, you perform. So name it differently. Thank you very much.
So the next Hajj is at the English calendar from the 26th of May 2026 to the 31st of May 2026. So with the left fire, inshallah, from the 15th of May 2026. And with the hope for that will bring the pine, people them back, the mama and daddy picking them back and hand out over to her and State House between the 5th to the 8th of June 2026. Friday, immediately after the 8th, Friday preceding that, and I welcome you very much. I don't know, perhaps you will be one of the people that will come back, or you will welcome me, inshallah. So the question round, which will happen at Hajj, as a result of the many improvements that they will make. Or we think so far so good from where side, the government still continue for support by providing scholarship to the support workers then when they go for work with people. So last year there be a major constraint because part of the Hajj process now we students, colleagues, them, brothers and sisters them when they study. Medina and the surrounding universities, there will be a major part of the Hajj, including the communities, the community of Sierra Leoneans inside Saudi Arabia and the embassy. We find out, say, because of this new improvement, security, they don't really limit their participation to Hajj. Yes, you're correct, but we ask them, they say they do this for many make sure say let's safeguard everybody. Last year, if you enter inside Makkah with a Hajj, you find out say it's different because they clear the entire space and have only people when they go Hajj. But we'll continue to improve the services so that when one day when they go, we will give them a better care and support, inshallah. Thank you very much.
So that clarity, the scholar, they don't make it very clear. Umrah, right now, if you grab people, you go Umrah. You get the chance. Hajj, there's a specific period in the year. But if I want to Hajj next year, I can start the process again. For my mother, I can even start now. Or even if I don't for paying now, if my next year I want to, there's no other specific time. past that time when everybody can converge. I don't need to wait for anybody. Somebody when in a sorry, you go Umrah at will. Even if it's every time Umrah is at will. For Hajj, once in a year, specific period. The preparation, the no one will wait until after fast done, then begin Kakaka. It can start now and arrange to say that's just the difference with the one put. Not so that the time of Hajj they change or not. Security issues across the world demanded specific strategies. So sorry, I go back. They don't find out say the number of people where they go left, pilgrims and occupants, because if one pilgrim get two, so they say okay, when I left, where would they handle? That is why they happy to me. The energy left by you. You know what I pass to two. Then the energy left, then God called you. It's a new name. I said, my name, don't carry on. Don't call me quick. Any other question? Are we? Okay. Which time? We are going to fall. We are not at all. We are still waiting.
Assalamu alaikum. Mina Abdulkinde Dewaiswali. I'm from Sense for Children Advocacy Forum. The question why I want to ask, I just discussed, so maybe you already answered it, but I want to clear the mind. Now, they want to already for go Hajj. The $50 airport fees, all they pay. Then they pay, or if they retain the fees, what they pay. I want to forget that clear. Thank you.
Well, we government they subsidize in different ways. One good thing is that anybody when they go Hajj, that $50 the government will waive now. So it's waived.
So if I want to go back,
if I want to go back, yes. As long as I'm going to go.
That's for scholarship.
Yeah. That is a very good question. Government, although in our private sector they operate with international airports, what banking can't do sometimes in this way. Let my people go. And we pray say when they go, whatever prayer we do on that way in this country, and God put cool hearts. Yeah? And God make we like wisdom. And God made journalists, go to and talk 2 hours. He caught 15 seconds. He put one line in water. That's what put journalists. And I really want to appreciate a lot of people we show concern. I went to a 2 hours program. Then somebody caught 15 seconds. He said, like this, I said. I was so like, women like discuss Quran and Bible day before we. So I just called her. I said, maybe they are our Quran day before we. She said, yes. I said, let God judge the intention. So I say, you go, you put apology letter, this and that. To you, you don't really damage somebody. I'm the government spokesperson, deputy. They put word for saying, me say a government like this. It is intentional.
Intentional.
You understand? 2 hours program, you reduce them to 15 seconds and put one like the deputy minister with the intention that His Excellency will sack me. With or without me being a minister, some of women are the LCD for Julius Mara. Even before he became the president, I never announced anything about her. Not only when he don't appoint me as minister for talk for her. I will talk anything. But that is patriotism. That's how we have defined patriotism. I want the politician for confront Leone and engage. But when I talk to you as the fourth estate wait for arbitrate between whether they talk true and whether they talk lie. But if you want to do what the politician they do, then they don't take you as but I just never, I don't react. I just draw your attention. That only way you call me aside, they do zikr. They say left I can. They try for set me up. What I believe is anything God mark can happen. Anything with God mark. I don't ever sign any side for any president appoint me as a minister. It pleases him to send me home. The only thing he takes from me is carry as in all. It is permanent. Now in Leone when my papa give me for identify what by property. Nobody takes it from me. For being a minister, it pleases one person. So I'm not overburdened about that. But let's also be sincere, we all owe a lot to this country called Sierra Leone. At different platforms, different levels, we all do everything for now to Amasalo on the platform of one. These are not looking for change until we change them. That's what God said. They say they change any nation until they're ready for change themselves. If that is how we want to change this nation, fine. That the journalist will sit in for the politician, they call this other person, they set you up. 2 hours conversation was reduced to 15 seconds. When he be the president, I'm sure if you talk to her and say, but also this, he say, no, that's a disciple. And speak people. One by person will be trusted by everything. How back I speak. And this way talk, he say correct. I talk and he says I'm true. So we are the arsenic of HE president. Not only when they tell me about what they doubt. And I ready for different anything we do. This is the government I'm part of. We spoke about consistency in the MCC saying the country is not doing well in efficiency. And I told him, when you talk about efficiency, nobody will be efficient if you don't get how money for spend. Even as part of my house, if you don't get money, right, the people you don't take side, because I say, Papa, I can't. Yes, because so unless we increase revenue base, we mobilize revenue like this budget where the minister need. It is intentional that we were able to increase local revenue. If we're able to mobilize, if we want to spend per feet salon, if we're able to mobilize with no money. If we want to continue for spend per education, if we're able to mobilize with no money. That's what will make it effective. We discussed a lot. And just cut so. Thank you very much, that journalist. But you show yourself and you make a lot of people lost credibility. We are doing very well as an administration for bringing the people there for explaining what the government do. Because we don't let doubt there. We don't let rumor exist. Because all these things are not asked for, team we don't pay that people in mind. If I not be asked, someone will say the whole money that people in hand, that's more than the whole in Saudi Arabia. But I will not know say, yes, Saudi Arabia charge you. When you go for transport, you say from here to Saudi Arabia, who pays for you? You go for go lodge, you go for go eat. Who pays for that? Now they make the price difference there. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very fine session. My own question. Bring the gift parents here for that question. 3 questions. Tell me 3 things in this project where they read. Which is 3 things in the budget where the finance minister read for you. That is 3 key areas in this project.
3 yes.
Mr. Salam alaikum again. One thing where I'm one for us.
now look at the budget. And 3 key things where the budget address.
One of the things. One, we get to improve access to quality education, that's human capital development, and food security, that's one of the things there, and also expand accessibility to healthcare. That's one of the things that we need as a budget, and when our citizens, they benefit beside the budget. Right thing.
Sure. My name is Ryan Jackson. I'm reporting from CTA. And the budget gets a lot of thematic areas, but I'm going to focus on just 3, as he said. I'm going to focus on the objective. And the objective is divided into 2. We have the general objective of the budget, and then we have specific objective of the budget. And of course, the budget was titled the People Poor Budget. That was the title of the budget. And one of the general objective of the budget like that is to intensify the mobilization of domestic revenue. That was the general objective of the budget. And now, in this general objective of the budget, I'm going to give you 2 specific objectives of the budget. And one of the specific objectives of the budget is to preserve the macroeconomic stability by maintaining the digital inflation. That means we want to have a single digit in terms of the inflation. And then the second one is to protect the people industry. That means to raise the tax of people.
Thank you very much. I'm very deliberate because this budget we call it the people's budget. The Minister of Finance intention. All these things we will do now for expand local revenue mobilization. Why we want to expand local revenue mobilization? And because, like I said, if we don't even raise our own money, most times people when they give you money, they can tell you what you for do. You know, a lot of projects across the world, but if you don't get money, you will be tempted for any kind of money. And some of the taxes where they put are for protect them local industries. When they say they don't raise taxes, they don't raise taxes. Now when we put back the losses. Therefore, if we produce cement in country, somebody will bring cement from outside country, he puts tax by law. So this post where they produce cement in Salon, it will get a competitive price. So that is the intention of some of them tax them. And why we call it people's budget? That water where they buy bag, plastic, where mama they buy that was not with the tax. The mama know water where they drink, not with the put tax back. Now me know water I want drink this. Because I drink that out of comfort. Now they put tax back. So not to poor man the tax. This budget they take money from the rich man and provide service for the poor person. That is why the president deliberately said this budget this year will take tax from people for protect local industries and some of the taxes are for you a convenient. So when they go buy water by Bowser, not just small beginning. Even fear. The fear where we consume compared to fear when money economies they consume. They know they tax them. When they mind, they can go everything. When they do profit, they can't do small thing. No, let them pay for the fear. So it is not for us, but it is about us. I mean, in this thing. Thank you very much for reading. You'll be proud of what you have. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I want to say plenty thank you to the panelists here. And Una, when you always come